Welcome to this podcast. My name is Edward and I'll be your host for today. In this podcast, we're going to be talking about a powerful solution that can transform the nursing profession and improve healthcare system across the nation. Okay, we'll be discussing about free tuition or tuition reimbursement for nurses pursuing advanced degrees. This is a critical topic, especially as we look forward to the future of healthcare, the growing demand on skilled nurses, and the evolving landscape of healthcare policy. This is one of the things that we can do for retained nurses and improve the overall development of them in our units. We'll be examining why this approach is so important, its internal and external impacts, and how to implement and sustain this process. Okay? Okay, let's start with the suggestion. We are focusing on the free tuition and tuition reimbursement for nurses. Anyone that wishes to advance the degrees, it can be to BSN, MSN, or even a doctoral degrees in DNP. This proposal is directly addressed for everyone that wants to grow up, to improve the skills, and improve the overall development in the units. As nurses' roles become more complex, continuing education is the key to ensure that these nurses can provide the best care to our patients in overall. This solution is particularly crucial in the context of nursing shortage, increasing patient acuity, and complex healthcare needs. Now, this is not only my opinion. According to the American Association of College of Nursing and the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the U.S. will be facing a shortage of nurses of nearly 200,000 by the end of the year 2030, and that's a lot. Additionally, research shows that hospitals with higher percentage of BSN nurses report better outcomes, including lower mortality rates and fewer admissions. I mean, it makes sense. More education, more skills, the better you can work. BSN prepared nurses are associated with lower mortality, fewer medication errors, and stronger critical thinking skills. Now, there's a study that Aiken did that he found that every 10% increase in BSN prepared nurses reduced patient mortality by 7%. I mean, it's not a brainer. The more education you have, the better prepared you have, the better prepared you are to take care of these patients. So this is why offering tuition assistance, whether free or reimbursement, should be a priority for the healthcare organizations of today. So with the current shortage, it's not just about filling the positions, but filling them with highly educated nurses. Now, let's take a deeper dive and talk about how this is going to impact our organization. Because educational investment don't just help nurses, it's going to strengthen the entire organization brand. So we have internal and external impacts on the organization brand. So, for example, in our internal impacts, we'll find that the nurses are more likely to stay in the organization. Sorry. According to American Association of College of Nurses, the AACN, they note that tuition benefits improve retention by 35 to 45%. That means, it's an investment. It's like a deal. You take care of them, they take care of you. Organizations gain featured nurse managers, educators, and advanced practice providers, reducing the cost of external recruitment. The more educated the nurses lead, the fewer adverse events and stronger safety outcomes. When nurses see that leadership is willing to invest in them, trust improves, especially in organizations struggling with turnover and burnout. And this makes sense. If the nurses see that you are trying to do their best for them, they will do the same for you. They will trust you as your leader, and you will be able to guide them and lead them better. You prove to them, and they will prove to you back. Organizations with free tuition programs become destination employers. There's a study about of Gooch and Plesia in 2022 that reported that hospitals offering full tuition assistant field nursing vacancies 20 to 30% faster. That means that I'm going to have a better retention, and whatever vacancy I have, I'll be able to fill it faster because this is a benefit that a lot of people are looking forward to. Like tuitions right now are really, important. For me to go to a master degree or a doctoral degree, it's so expensive. It can be hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on what I want to do or when I want to do it. And you helping me to pay it or pay the full amount and asking just like for me to, be there for a year, 2 years, or something else. A deal can be made. It's a win-win situation. Consumers increasingly associate nurse education levels with hospital safety. Hospitals with highly educated nurses staff achieve higher patient satisfaction. And this is the most important thing that we're looking for in an organization, the patient satisfaction and the ratings, of course. Community members will recognize the organization as one that contributes to workforce development. See? Okay, now let's talk about how we can make this program work. It's not that, it's complicated, but simple at the same time if you can get the right pieces together. First of all, we need to ensure that we are making some partnerships with some universities or institutions. Of course, they need to be accredited nationwide because if not, it's not going to work. It's just not going to be useful. And then we can make deals with them, offering discounts on specialized programs for nurses that will ensure that that education is accessible for everyone. We're going to set clear eligibility criteria for the reimbursement program. Okay, this could be include a minimum leg of employment with the organization. Like I say, after you graduate, you're gonna work for this organization at least a year or 2 years, and then you're free to do whatever you please. You have your degree, you have your education, you have the skills. Of course, I invest in you. I'm gonna try to do my best to keep you, but the deal is a deal. This could include a minimum length of employment with the organization and a commitment and continuing employment for a certain period after completing a degree. Like I said, just a period of time, 6 months, a year, 2 years. Now we're going to offer two different options for payment. The first one will be a free tuition up front, and that will be the organization and the school will deal with the payment. You're not going to be involved in it. The second is going to be the tuition reimbursement with a reduced upfront boarding. Sometimes, like I said, the deal is okay, I'm going to pay for it, I'm going to reimburse it, but I'm going to give something on front so you don't have to pay anything out of your pocket right away. Okay, it could be from a 75% to 100%. We'll see. It all depends on the deal that the school and the organization can make up and the degree that you're trying to attain. Organizations will need to allocate funds for this program, possible through a specific budget line for professional development or workforce retention. Some hospitals may even seek external funding through grants or sponsorships. Retention improves when educational pathways are supported. And this is a study that the AACN did in 2021. To ensure that the program's sustainability, ongoing funding will be essential. The success of the program can be measured by tracking the number of nurses participating in the program, retention rates, and improvement in patient outcomes. So first of all, we're going to check on the data. The data is always important. Before the program, during the program, and after the program, how was our retention rate? Did it change? Did it improve? Our patient satisfaction, how did it improve after the program? After we finish the pilot, after we have a certain amount of nurses that, they improve their skill, they have more education. How all that changed? Is it worth it? And then we can just regularly create surveys and feedback from nurses who have completed the program that can also provide insight on how to refine that program. The evaluation will come through continuous data collection, like I say, such as monitoring completion rates of the degrees, accessing the clinical competencies of the nurses who have completed the advanced degrees, and tracking the patient care metric. A comprehensive review of cost-benefit analysis and staff retention data will also help. Like I said, retention, it's not as expensive as trying to invest in new employees. So you have a personnel with experience already that have the skills and the knowledge. If you're going to hire new personnel, it will take you time. You have to train them, especially if they are nurse residents and young new nurses that don't have the experience in the clinical setting. Now, let's discuss how to provide feedback to the staff and create an environment where everyone feels heard and respected. It is crucial to keep the nurses informed about the progress of this initiative, including any changes in the plans. Regular communication via newsletters, like meetings, one-to-one session to whoever is involved in the program, will help to keep everyone on the same page. For example, after the first year of the program, leaders can share the statistics with their clinics to keep everyone informed on how this is progressing and to get more people to be interested in the program, and they can apply for the same thing. Okay, well, this is working, look at how many people have their degrees already. I want to do the same thing. Okay, a culture of respect and open dialogue is the key. We need to ensure that all voices are here, especially from nurses on the front lines. Okay, organizations should provide safe spaces for feedback. Everyone should be here. We need to get time to meet them, to make focus groups, surveys, town hall meetings, whatever or any way that we can get that information to improve our program, it's welcome. We need to collaborative approach ensures that everyone feels invested in the process, and ongoing transparency will foster trust. One of the most important things is create an environment where nurses feel safe to express their opinions and ideas without fear of retribution. This will not only improve the success of the educational initiative, but also strengthen the organization as a whole. Now we have another study that was in 2018. Edmondson emphasized that psychological safety leads to stronger communication, better team outcomes, and improved innovation, which is critical to sustain programs like this. Now, in conclusion, investing in nursing education doesn't just help individual nurses, it transforms the entire organizations. We need to offer free tuition or tuition reimbursement for nurses. It's not just an investment in the workforce, but an investment in a better patient outcome, lower turnover rates, and an overall stronger healthcare system. We're going to be providing the nurses with the opportunity to further their education. Healthcare organizations can improve care delivery, foster professional growth, and create a more engaged, satisfied workforce. Okay, that's all the information that I have for today. Thanks for joining me and have a good day.